What's this? A letter for me.
Welcome to another episode of Remember the Great Sports Through the Mail Thursdays. Today we have a St. Louis Cardinals themed video that I'm going to share with you, so we'll just jump right into this first success, postmarked from North Carolina. It is a success from former utility infielder Tim Jones on 1, 2, a third, 1990 Donruss, and a fourth, 1989 Donruss. So pretty much covered all the Donruss years there, except for the tops there. So let me tell you about Tim Jones and his playing career in baseball. So William Timothy Jones, and he goes by Tim Jones. I guess Tim figured that there were enough Bill Joneses in this world, so he'd be unique and be Tim Jones. Actually was drafted in the second round of the 1985 draft out of the Citadel in Charleston, South Carolina. Well, as a second-round pick, he was assigned to the Cardinals' rookie ball affiliate right after being drafted and appeared in 68 games for the Cardinals that year, posting a .319 batting average his first year with the team. Well, he moved up the next year to Single A, then up to Double A, and he split the seasons by appearing in 135 games between both stops. In 1987, he started the year in Double A, but was promoted to Triple A, where he posted a .301 batting average in 1987. In 1988, he returned to AAA to start the season, and he appeared in 103 games. And on July 26, 1988, at 25 years old, Tim Jones got the call to the major leagues. He would appear in just 31 games for the Cardinals in 1988, and primarily would be used as a backup infielder utility type. Well, in 1989, he made the team, a left-handed bat off the bench, and was the utility infielder, appearing in 42 games, backing up the likes of Ozzie Smith and Luis Alicea. In 1990, he would fill a similar role, appearing in 67 games for the Cardinals, filling in as a utility man. 1991, he would appear in just 16 games for the Cardinals and would spend the bulk of the season in 1991 in AAA, appearing in 86 games for the Cardinals' AAA affiliate. He would return in 1992 to the Cardinals as a backup utility man, appearing in 67 games for the Cardinals that year. In 1993, however, the Cardinals decided to send him down to AAA, where he would spend the majority of the season for, again, a stint in the Cardinals' AAA affiliate, but he did appear in 29 games in 1993 for the Cardinals. After the conclusion of the 1993 season, he would sign a deal with the Cleveland Indians, and in 1994 he did not make the Indians' major league roster and spent the entire 1994 season appearing in 115 games in AAA for the Indians. With that being said, that was actually a strike-shortened season, so who knows if he would have got a September call-up, if that would have progressed, because he very well could have been called up to the Indians that year with the rosters expanding, but that never happened. Well, he did try to make a comeback after the strike and signed a minor league deal with the Oakland A's. He did not make the A's major league club and appeared in just 2 games for the A's AAA affiliate before he hung up the cleats and decided to retire in 1995. So overall, Tim Jones spent part of 6 years in the major leagues, primarily with the St. Louis Cardinals for the majority of his career. All of his major league time was with the Cardinals. Over his career, he appeared in 252 games for the Cardinals. So, very happy to add Tim Jones to the collection, and we'll move on to the next one. Right, this next one is postmarked from Springfield, Illinois, and it is Central Illinois native Mark Clark on 1, and this is another one that I needed for my 92 Donruss the Rookie set, so very happy to get that one back. A second one on a 92 Ultra, a 2000 Topps as a Texas Ranger, and a 93 Topps as a St. Louis Cardinal. So let me tell you about Mark Clark and his career in baseball. Mark Clark grew up in Central Illinois, where he played his high school baseball and was later drafted out of Lincoln Land Community College in Springfield, Illinois, in the 1988 draft in the 9th round by the St. Louis Cardinals. Clark would immediately go to the Cardinals' low A affiliate, where he would post a 6-7 record in 15 starts for the team. The following year in High A, he would start 27 games and go 14-9. In 1990, he would split time between A and Double A, posting an 8-13 record. In 1991, he would put time in at Double A, Triple A, and make his major league debut for the Cardinals that season. For the Cardinals, he would get a chance to start 2 games, but he appeared in 7 overall, and he split a record of 1-1 for the Cardinals in 1991. In 1992, he would be relegated mostly to AAA to begin the year. However, he would get called up to the Cardinals, and he would finish and start 20 games for the Cardinals that season in 1992, but his record slipped to 3 wins and 10 losses to finish up the 1992 campaign. Well, after the 1992 season, he was traded to the Cleveland Indians for hard-hitting Mark Whiten. So this is how Mark Whiten became a St. Louis Cardinal. Well, he would have a decent season in Cleveland where he would post a 7-5 record, appearing in 26 games and 15 starts. Well, in 1994, he was off and running, and he had an 11 wins and 3 loss record with a 3.82 ERA in 20 starts when the season was cut short due to the strike. I would probably predict if he would have had that full season, he might have won 15, 16 games that year, if he would have had a couple more months of that season. After the strike ended, he returned to the Indians in 1995. He posted a 9-7 record in 22 games for the Indians that year. Well, after the conclusion of the 95 season and right before the 1996 season was about to start, he was traded by the Indians to the Mets in March of 1996. And he would post an 8-7 record in 23 games, but would later be traded to the Chicago Cubs, where he would then post a 6-1 record, finishing out the year with 14 wins and 8 losses between the 2 stops. In 1998, the Cubs made him a fixture of their starting rotation, where he appeared in 33 games for the Cubs and posted a 9-14 record. After the 1998 season concluded, the Texas Rangers signed him to a contract. Clark would have a rough year in 1999 after signing that contract with the Rangers, appearing in 15 games and posting a 3-7 record. In 2000, at 32 years old, he would again try to make a comeback with the Rangers, but he could only post a 3-5 record and an ERA of 7.98 in 12 starts. After that season with the Rangers, he decided to call it a career and retire from baseball as a player. Mark returned to Central Illinois, where he still to this day works with area high school kids with their pitching routines and enjoys retirement, I assume, in the Central Illinois area. Now, one more thing before I move on. I want to throw this out there to my viewers and the baseball junkies that watch my channel. Can you guys think of any other person that has a rhyming name like Mark Clark? Because before I shot this video, I was racking my brain. I'm thinking, who else has a name that rhymes? And I just couldn't think of anything when I was shooting this. So if you know of anybody like Mark Clark that has a rhyming name, please post it below. I'd just be interested to see what you guys know that maybe I'm overlooking. So we'll move on to the next one. Alright, so this next one is postmarked from West Palm Beach, Florida. And it is former Cardinals second baseman Luis Alicea on 1, a 1992 score. I think that's a 94 pinnacle, and a 1989 Fleer. So let me tell you about Luis Alicea and his time in baseball. Luis Alicea, the slick fielding second baseman, switch hitting hitter, was selected by the Cardinals in the first round of the 1986 draft out of Florida State University. Alicea, hailing from Puerto Rico, signed with the Cardinals, and at 20 years old was assigned to their single-A affiliate, where he finished the year in Double-A after being drafted. In 1987, he would appear in 130 games split between Double-A and Triple-A, and he would post a pretty decent batting average of .278 and stole 17 bases. Well, in 1988, he would appear in just 49 games for AAA when he would get the call to the majors with the St. Louis Cardinals, where he would complement Ozzie Smith on the infield and appear in 93 games in 1988 for the Cardinals. In 1989, he would be sent back to AAA, where he would spend the entire year, 124 games in AAA for the Cardinals. 1990 would be a repeat of the same, as he was battling injury issues and only appeared in 68 total games in the minor leagues for the Cardinals. In 1991, he would again get a full start in AAA, and after appearing in 31 games, the Cardinals would call him back up to the majors, where he would finish out the year of 56 games with the Cardinals. In 1992, he would appear in 85 games with the big club, but also appeared in 20 games in AAA for the Cardinals. In 1993, he would actually pretty much be primarily the starting second baseman for the Cardinals, where he would appear in 115 games and posted a .279 batting average for the Cardinals. In 1994, it was a similar situation. However, his numbers were reduced, just like the rest of the guys I showed today, due to the strike, and he only appeared in 88 games for the Cardinals due to the strike-shortened season. Well, after the strike ended, he was then traded to the Boston Red Sox for a couple minor leaguers. Well, with Boston, he actually appeared in the most amount of games at this point in his career, at 132 games as the starting second baseman for the Red Sox. However, during the 1995 offseason, the Red Sox placed Alicea on waivers, and the St. Louis Cardinals claimed him back to be their starting second baseman. Alicea would appear in 129 games in 1996 for the Cardinals, but after that season concluded, he would then go free agent and sign with the Anaheim Angels. He would just spend one season with Anaheim, manning second base, appearing in 128 games, before he would sign with the Texas Rangers the following year, appearing in 101 games for them. He would finish out through 2000 with the Texas Rangers, appeared in 139 games, which was the most of his career, manning second base for the Rangers. Well, after the 2000 season, he again was granted free agency, and he moved back to Missouri, and this time played for the Kansas City Royals. At 35 years old, he appeared in 113 games for the Royals at second base in 2001. And the following year, in 2002, he appeared in 94 games for the Royals, and after the 2002 season, he hung it up as a player. In total, Alicea played 13 years in the major leagues, appearing in 1,341 games, manning a pretty solid second base. He was a pretty good fielder, and he finished his career with a lifetime batting average of .260. Not bad for a second baseman, I must say. After his playing career, Alicea got into coaching. He actually was a coach on the Boston Red Sox from 2007 to 2008, where he would be part of the Boston Red Sox World Championship team as a coach, and then he would go on to the New York Mets in 2009 and coach there as well. After the 2009 season concluded, Alicea would not return in 2010 to the Mets as a coach. I am not too sure, after his tenure with the Mets, what he's actually doing. I sent these care of his home in Florida, so I would guess simply because of the fact that he went to Florida State University, he worked with the Cardinals, their spring training facilities in Florida. I would almost guess that he's somewhat still involved with baseball, just simply because of where he's currently residing. That could be in a scout or a player development type of role. But this is somebody that I definitely, actually, all three of these individuals, not so much Tim Jones, but, I remember Tim, a little bit, but not as much as Alicea and Mark Clark. But all three of these players were guys that I remember seeing growing up outside of St. Louis and enjoying watching them play, especially Luis Alicea. Very happy to add his autograph to my collection finally. Actually, all three of these guys. Very happy to add that Donruss the Rookies for my Mark Clark for my 92 set. I want to thank you for taking the time to learn about some of these Cardinals from the 1980s and early 90s. Hopefully you learned a little bit about them today. I look forward to your comments below, and as always, happy collecting.